Hi guys, so today I am making barbecue sauce, and you guys, if you'd watched my ketchup video, which I should probably put out before this one, you'll know that I made the ketchup in order to make the barbecue sauce. So this will be my first time, again, as always, for making any kind of sauce, I guess you'd say, or canned sauce. So how about you can come along and you can give me some pointers if it doesn't turn out well. Okay, so the barbecue sauce that I'm making is called Papa's Bywater barbecue sauce. It's actually in the all new Ball book of canning and preserving, and you can see that it asks for, I'm trying to get out of the shadow here, 8 cups of my ketchup, which I've made. Let's go take a look here. So this is my 8 cups of homemade ketchup. I don't know if you can see down in there. I also had enough ketchup over, sorry, oh, this is kind of dangerous, bringing this around, to can a couple pints. So we're going to be canning both the barbecue sauce and the ketchup. I've got my jars over there sanitizing or sterilizing. I always get that wrong, sterilizing. So let's do this. All right guys, so we have a ton of ingredients that are going to go into this barbecue sauce. I'm going to list them all out really quick, but basically it is packed light brown sugar, so 2.5 cups of that, and then 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, 3 tablespoons of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of onion powder, 3 tablespoons of dry mustard, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of ground red pepper, half a teaspoon of chili powder, 8 cups of ketchup, 2 cups of water, 1 1/4 cups apple cider vinegar, 3/4 cup apple cider, which I've already had a drink of and it tastes delicious. It's not mine though. I've never made apple cider, but maybe I will. Let's see. 1/3 cup honey, 1/4 cup Creole mustard or Dijon mustard. I'm going to be using Dijon mustard because I couldn't find any Creole mustard in the store, though I probably would have tried it with the Creole mustard since this is supposed to be kind of a New Orleans barbecue sauce. Let's see. Okay, so 2.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice, and a tablespoon of fiery fermented hot sauce, which that is a particular hot sauce that's within this book. I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be using my own canned hot sauce for this recipe. So let's get started and get all this stuff measured out. Alright, so we got our 2.5 cups of brown sugar in there. What else? So now we need to put in 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, which I got right here. Okay. 3 tablespoons of garlic powder. Got a mess over here with the brown sugar. Ooh, that seems like a lot of garlic. We do like our garlic though. Okay, 3 tablespoons of onion powder. Driving crazy over here. 3 tablespoons of onion powder. Here we go. By the way, I've got my jars over there. I probably already told you that. They are sterilizing, and then my lids, I've already got boiling hot water over the top of them. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of the dry mustard. I'm filming. If you're quiet.
Alright.
Alright. Okay, so a tablespoon of black pepper. Whew, that seems like a lot. Trust in the recipe, I guess. 2 teaspoons of paprika. Where's my paprika? How many did I say? 2 teaspoons, okay. Two teaspoons of ground red pepper. Ooh, this might end up being spicy. Well, we don't have quite 2. Let me see if I got more up in the cupboard. Okay, and then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, half a teaspoon of the chili powder, and then we'll put the ketchup in. All right. 8 cups of the ketchup. Still hot from when I made it. Get this all stirred up. And heat it up. So we're supposed to bring this to a boil. it's got that dark color of barbecue sauce, that's for sure. Probably from all that chili powder and paprika and cayenne pepper. Here, let me bring you over so you can see. It's got a really nice dark color. Put you down here. Okay, so we're gonna let it get up to a boil. And then we're gonna reduce the heat to medium and then simmer for about 20 minutes. Let's see. Oh, we're supposed to add all the other remaining ingredients as well. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so 2 cups of water. Mess. Okay. Cups of water. 1 1/4 cup of the cider vinegar. It says cider vinegar, so I'm assuming you could use any kind of flavor of cider vinegar you want. I'm using the apple cider vinegar. There's 1. Quarter cup. Okay, so 3/4 cups of the apple cider. Okay, so there was a 1/2 cup. Quarter. A little bit of wine. Okay, 1/3 cup of honey. Now, I'm obviously not the best at navigating a store, but I couldn't find honey anywhere. And then after I left, I figured it must be where the peanut butter and jam is, and I didn't look there. I looked in the sugar aisle. So instead of honey, I got this agave in the raw. I hear you're supposed to be able to substitute between them. So, and it says to substitute the same amount. So what am I doing again? Let's see. 1/3 cup of honey. So we're going to put 1/3 cup in. Okay. I've never really used agave in anything, so I'll taste it real quick. Oh, interesting. Yum. You can definitely taste the difference between that and honey. It really has its own unique flavor, but it's good. Okay, we're gonna put the Dijon mustard in, and it's a 1/4 cup. tells me my jars are done sterilizing. Okay. Worcestershire sauce, 2.5 tablespoons. Tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. And then last but not least, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. Oh boy. Okay, so now I'm supposed to bring this up to a boil, and then once it comes up to boil, reduce it to medium and then simmer for, what did I say before, 20 minutes? Yep, 20 minutes until it's slightly thickened. So I'll bring you back when it comes up to a boil. All right, so we're up to a boil, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the temperature down to medium and let it go for 20 minutes. Or maybe even longer, depending on how thick it is. All right, guys, it's been 20 minutes. You can see it's thickened up quite a bit. It's reduced by at least 1 inch. I know it's gonna thicken up even more as it cools, so I'm probably gonna just leave it at this thickness, and let's start canning it up. All right, take our ladle. We're going to go to a 1/2 inch headspace. So Daniel tasted this. He definitely likes the spice. We were actually looking for one that's got a little bit more of a vinegary taste to it. This one had vinegar in it, so that's why we went with it, but I don't think it's as vinegary as we would really like. But again, he does like the spice in it, so we're just going to go ahead and can it the way it is right now, and then maybe next year or whatever we'll try to find one that just a different recipe that's a little bit more vinegary. Wipe the rim. Ooh, hot. And I hate that I'm having to use some of my wide mouth jars on these ones, but I'm out of all my other ones, so this is what it is. So, finger tight, put it in my steam canner. I'll do this one here, and then I'll turn off the camera and bring you back when everything's in the steam canner. Pretty good. Probably put a tiny bit more in. Good. Alright, I'll bring you back when I'm all done. Alright, so I got 6 cans or jars of barbecue sauce, pint jars, and then 2 pint jars of my ketchup, a tiny bit of my barbecue sauce left in the pot. I'll just probably put that in a little tiny container and put it in the fridge. So now I'm going to bring my steam canner up to temperature. You can see the water is just right below the rack. I'm going to put the lid on. It's a Harvest. And then I'm going to put it on the burner at high, and I'll bring you back. Alright guys, so my gauge, my steam gauge is up to my mark. You can see that little black mark. That mark tells me where it normally, the dial goes to at my altitude. So I have that mark there. I'm going to start the timer for 15 minutes. So we're going to let it go for 15 minutes, and then with steam canning you have to add an additional 5 with the heat off, and so I'll bring you back when I do that. Alright guys, so 15 minutes processing time, and then 5 minutes. Ooh, you can already start here on ping. And then 5 minutes with the lid, or excuse me, the power, or the heat, excuse me, the heat off. Can you hear that pinging? That's always music to my ears. I think all the people that can probably love that. Now I know they've got these new lids that are like Tatler and I want to say Harvest Guard, I think is what it is. And what's great is you can just reuse them. But you don't get to hear the ping, I don't think, on those ones. Alright, and one left. Alright, so that looks pretty good. 6 barbecue sauces, plus one of my little kombucha bottles full, and then 2 pints of ketchup, all from my homemade tomatoes, or grown tomatoes. Guess we're gonna leave you here. So as always, be kind and wander well.